my goodness. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video that I'm like really excited about, because like this passage that we're going to talk about is like one of my favorites, like passages of all time. And so I'm really excited to get in it, and there's a lot of stuff that I really want to get into. So yeah, welcome back, everybody, and I want to jump right into it because like there's just so much, and I love this passage, and I'm going to explain why I like this passage so much. So enjoy the video. So the reason why I love this passage so much, it's one of my favorite passages, is because it's helped me so much whenever like there's like some thoughts come into my mind, you know, something like that kind of would wear me down. I think of this passage, I think of what it means to me and all that, which is what I'm going to talk about today. Like what this passage means to me, what God has shown me through these words. And also, whenever someone, why I like this passage so much is when somebody comes to me or is talking to me and tells me how they're going through some stuff, they're like some like burdens or something that they're just going through, and they just like need some encouragement, some help. And then I send them some like Bible verses to help them and encourage them. Matthew 11:28-30 is almost always one of the passages that I send them. And in this video, I'm going to say why. So Matthew 11:28-30, and I'm so like, I memorized this passage years ago, but in the King James version, and I'm reading NIV, so I'm sorry if I like later in the video I like switch a word. Like for example, like burdened, it's like I say heavy laden, or instead of burdened, heavy laden comes from the King James version because that's how I memorized it, and it's like stuck in my mind as a King James version. So I'm sorry in advance if that happens. So this Matthew 11:28-30 says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." That first verse, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest," is like one of the most, like one of the answers to so much stuff of like, hey, what do I do with this? Or, you know, like if you're going through some problems, there's these thoughts that are going through your head, you know, that or there's this burden, there's this something that's weighing you down. Even if it's a sin, there's this sin that you really want to get rid of, but you can't do it by yourself. By the way, you can't do it by yourself alone. You can't do it alone. This is like the answer to like so many of those, is that come to me and I will give you rest. I'm just gonna say verse 28, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened," all you who are just troubled, all you that got burdened, like all that, give it to me. Come to me. Jesus says, come to me. In the last video, I was talking about how God is approachable. It kind of shows again here how like that God is approachable. I mean, why would he be saying come to me if he wasn't approachable? And not only that, but he wants you to approach him. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out the other videos, the one right before this one, I think. So it's, come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, burdened, sorry, and I will give you rest. And it's kind of like a promise, because it says if you do come to me, I will give you rest. I will. So I think I might, or I might, it's like I will. It's like an action, I will do it. And then it says if you do that, you will find rest and peace for your soul. All right, if you give him that, he's going to take it away, and you'll find rest for your soul. Then verse 29, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your soul." This is not talking about the yolk that's inside an egg. This yoke is talking about, I don't even know if we use these anymore, but back in that time, like they had like cows, oxen. There was this, what is a yoke? It would be right here, and then there would be like a hole right here and a hole right here. Those holes were for like the neck, like for the oxen's head to fit under them, you know, it would be wrapped around their neck, and together they would work together to pull a cart that's behind them or something. So that's what a yoke, that thing that connects the oxen for them to pull together, that's a yoke. And so like, what in the world, why is what? "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." It says take my yoke. Why is it saying? Because there's a lot of yokes. There's the yoke of the world, there's the yoke of sin, and then like in the yoke of the world, there's the yoke of, you know, your job, your like family, which is good stuff, you know. But if you make those, like if you idolize those, if those things become like first thing, most important thing in your mind, then it becomes like wrong, if that makes sense, you know. Not wrong, but like if you put that before Jesus, things are going to start to crumble. You know, that's what I'm talking about. So like and then there's the yoke of sin, there's the yoke of, I don't know, there's the yoke of alcohol, there's the yoke of drugs, there's the yoke of lying, there's the yoke of pornography. There's a lot of yokes. And Jesus says, don't take any of those yokes, take my yoke, because my yoke is easy and my burden is light. I kind of mentioned this before, but if you do take his easy and light yoke, you will find rest for your souls. So that's kind of like the verses. Now I'm going to talk about kind of like just like the why I love this so much. Is because being yoked with Jesus is like one of the most biggest blessings out there. Because, okay, remember what the yoke is, right? When you're yoked, it's like you and this, and then Jesus is over here. Except in his yoke, it's easy and it's light. Like he's carrying like kind of all the things, you know. And so with that mentality, wherever this oxen goes, like this one has to like go with it, you know. So like when you're yoked with Jesus, everywhere you go, he's right there with you. He's right there beside you. In the good, you're like hanging out with your friends and stuff, you're yoked with Jesus, he's right there. In the bad, something came up in the family, it's like really just weighing you down, guess what? He's right there with you, and he's never leaving you nor forsake you. He will never leave you and he will never forsake you, just like Hebrews 13:5 says, which is also one of my favorite passages. And that's like one of the beautiful things. When you're yoked with Jesus, everything you go through, everywhere you go, he's always right there with you. He's right beside you. And not only is he right beside you, but and I wrote this down because like I really didn't want to forget it. Not only is he right beside you, but he's also saying, give that trouble to me. Let me carry that burden. Look, the reason why that burden that you feel is like too much to carry, you just can't, like, it's too much, it's because it is too much and it's not for you to carry. You weren't meant to carry that. All right? That's why Jesus is telling you, give it to me. You can't handle it, but I can. Give it to me. I love you. I gave you my life so that I could be yoked with you. Oh, yeah! I gave you my life so that I could be yoked with you. Bring it to me that I may give you my peace, my rest, my yoke. Give me your burden, and in exchange, I will give you my peace, my rest. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. You got something that's going on, give it to me. I promise you, I will give you rest. Take my yoke, not anybody else's yoke. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. Learn from me. For I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. That's the second time he said that. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So I encourage you, be yoked with Jesus. One of the greatest choices that you can ever make. Today and every day, be learning from him, as it says. Experience him and his love and his peace. And if you haven't already, if you're a Christian, if you call yourself a Christian already, if you've already accepted Jesus into your heart, you and I both know all we have to do is ask Jesus what you want. I said, Jesus, I want to be yoked with you. Help me start knowing you. All you gotta do is say that. Now, if you haven't accepted, said something that accepting Jesus as your Savior in your heart and forgiving our sins, all that stuff, the first step to being yoked with Jesus is doing just that. Is pretty much saying to God, I believe that Jesus Christ is your son. He came and he died for me, taking away all my sins, forgive me that I am a sinner, and I receive him into my life. I want him to be Lord and Savior of my life from now on. That is the first step to being yoked with Jesus. And from that moment on, your life will be changed. So that is all I wanted to say in this video. I hope this helped and encouraged somebody out there. Please share this video with somebody who you might know is like going through something, or just share this video with somebody just cause. But just remember, probably the thing is like Jesus died so that you could be yoked with him, and that he could be yoked with you. That's probably the thing that like hit me the most when I was like, whoa. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe, like, share this video with someone. click the bell to get notified every time a video is uploaded. I know I'm not uploading a video on this channel like very continuously, and I'm sorry for that, but for sure videos will come later. So yeah, that's all I want to say. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, go share and show the word, and I'll see you guys in the next one.